Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be doing Mangle Part 2. Well, not Mangle Part 2, but Part 2 of Yandere Asmodeus and Yandere Fizz X Mangle, and which is their Mangle, I believe. It's either my Mangle or their Mangle. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I pre-recorded the read-in part of it, and yes. Anyways, we are doing that, and everything is going to be great. Remember to check the description below because that has the link to the story where I have it on, where it's not I have it, but where the person has it on DeviantArt and their account on DeviantArt, so you can check it out and read it yourself if you so wish. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoy this, and let's do it. Disclaimer, Asmodeus and Fizzarolli are not Yandere and canon, but they are a canon couple. They are obviously not canon couple with Mangle either. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simpin' and shippin' characters is fine as long as you do not be illegal or gross about it. You know who you are. You do not belong here. And so on and so forth. And remember to separate head canon from canon and fiction from reality, obviously. Yanderes are not ideal partners to have in real life, and this is a crossover of Fnaf and Helluva Boss. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this, and let's do this. Let's ring Mangle's point of view. I got off the train and getting more directions on where Ozzie's is. I headed towards Ozzie's. I looked around, seeing lights and a long ass line and some shirtless demons. Geez, this must be a popular place if there's a huge line like this. At least it is not some pizzeria. I walked towards the buff bouncer before he could say anything. I gave him a flyer. At least the bouncer wasn't any of the night guards I encountered back in the pizzeria. He read it and said, "All right, then go straight inside and then go to the left up the stairs." I nodded and walked inside, and the demons staring at my mangled form. Why are they staring at me? They are just jealous of how pretty I am. And I walked inside. I could see demons leaving in tears, with tears in their eyes. What is going on? I shrugged and continued walking, but had to stop and put my parts back together that kept falling off of me. I see other demons giving each other sexual pleasure. I shudder as I keep my head high. I could hear more whispers about my form. Who is my interviewer? I decided to ask a waitress, "Where do I go to apply for the job?" I showed her the flyer and she pointed towards the stage. I followed her gaze towards the jester. Is he my interviewer? Well, I hope I get the job. I walked towards the stage and tapped his shoulder gently. Fizzerolli's point of view now. I will be speaking as if I am Fizzarolli. None of these demons are worthy to work at Ozzie's. They are not only forbidden to approach the king, but they are also forbidden entry to his club. They don't know how to work at Ozzie's or how our system works. Why do they apply for jobs at Ozzie if they don't know how to work at Ozzie's? Their main reason for applying to the job at Ozzie's was to get close to me and Asmodeus. That was a big no in my books. When I was in my thoughts, I felt someone touch my shoulder very gently. I was so angry and turned away, thinking it was some creepy fan or staff member who doesn't know how to do their job. Just when I was about to lash out at the person, I stopped when I saw who the person was. This wasn't no creep or some staff not knowing how to do their job. This was an angel. She was a fox demon, but she has white fur with a pink underbelly and snout. And she bears yellow eyes and pink eyeshadow, red lipstick, and red circular blush. She was a white has a white fluffy tail and an hourglass body shape. With her spiky bangs on the center of her head, she wears a red bow tied around her neck. But what caught my attention is that the fur appears to be ripped out her right arm and and leg had no fur, showing her robotic arms and legs. Her chest fur was also ripped open, and it showed her endoskeleton and chest area. Her tail fur was gone, and it showed a skinny robotic tail that looked like a rat's tail. She only had her left eye. Her right eye was an empty socket. I wonder what happened to her right eye. She was just like me. I saw her talking, but couldn't hear what she was saying because I was so entranced by her and her beauty. Hello, is anyone in there? Hello, I'm trying to talk to you. Snap out of it. I hear her say, there we go, while she snapped her fingers. I'm sorry, what? I asked, snapping out of my trance. I said, hi, I'm Mangle. I'm here to apply for the job here. She said and handed me the flyer, and I looked at it and looked at her again. Follow me, I said, and walked away with her following me. We kept walking as we made our way to Asmodeus's office. On our way, I could hear her say, "What dropped off me again? Oh, or no, not another piece. I hope that piece wasn't important. Or not again. I must find the piece. Or it is missing. Or I feel so empty. Or I know I put that piece somewhere. Or no, not again. Or no, 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 no." Or what was that just dropped off me? Or where is it? Or any another piece gone. I must find it myself. Or oops, I think I dropped something. I must find it. Or I must be made whole. Or where did the piece go? Dot dot dot. Whenever a piece had fallen off her, causing us to stop and having me put her back together again. She looked ashamed on her face. She looks as if she has shame on her face, but I reassured her I didn't mind putting her back together again. When I asked her why she why does she feel ashamed as she constantly fell apart in me putting her back together, she would look the other way or in her left eye and change the subject and not no answering at all. Sometimes she would even growl at me if I'm too persistent on my question. We walked into Asmodeus' office where he was doing paperwork. Hey, hot stuff, we got someone wanting to apply. She has the body that would please customers, and she is so beautiful. I said, a smirk made its way on his face, on his giant face, as he leaned back in the chair, staring down at me. And who might that be, Fizzy? I moved out of the way to show Mangle. Osmodius' eyes wide and shocked. Hi, I'm Mangle. I'm here to apply for the job here, she said in her angelic voice, and gave him the flyer. He looked at the flyer and placed it back down on his desk. Why should we hire you, Mangle? Well, I wanted the job because it doesn't have to me working with children. I had a bad experience with children. Those children did this to me. I am now in so many pieces, all making me the fox I am today. I'm sure you all learn to keep your hands to yourself. Mangle said, not make it even more. Um, Mangle said, making me even more curious. What had those kids done to her before she arrived in hell? What did the kids do to you? I asked her. Back before I arrived in hell, I was the new face of playtime. My first design was too scary, so parts and services redesigned me to be more kid friendly and put me in Kids Cove to keep the toddlers entertained. I'm just a children's toy for all the girls and boys. But kids these days just can't keep their hands to themselves. Parts and services had to literally put me back together after every shift until they grew tired of putting me back together and made me a take apart and put back together animatronic. Those kids like to break me down and put me back together. Now I am just a mess of parts. Parts and services referred to me as just the Mangle. I even referred to myself as the Mangle. I am now in so many pieces of parts, all making me the fox I am today. Kids are so cruel these days. I used to be a mother who loved kids and even had a kid of my own, but not anymore. I hate kids. They are just little gremlins who love to cause trouble, she said while scratching herself and twitching. My eyes widened. When I heard what the kids had done to her. I couldn't believe what those kids had done to her. Didn't their parents teach them to keep their hands to themselves? That's what I feel like when working at Ozzie's. Guests did not know how to keep their hands to themselves. And when hearing her story of how she became mangled so much, I immediately felt a connection with her. She is like me. I experienced the same kind of trauma, just like Mangle did when I lost my limbs. I must protect her and she won't break down anymore, and we have so much in common. Can you excuse us for a moment, Mangle? I asked as I motioned Asmodeus to go to a separate room with me. Is something wrong, Fizzy? I grabs Asmodeus' shoulders and attempt to shake him, but it's hard because Asmodeus is so huge and heavy. He's a tank! You have to hire Mangle, I shouted at, making Asmodeus look at me confused. What are you going on, Fizzy? Wait, what got you all excited all of a sudden? I've never seen you like this before. Because I felt a connection with her when I first saw her. See a lot of me in her. We are both similar. She knew what it was like to lose your limbs. She knows what it's like to lose her limbs, just like I did. I must protect her. I don't want her to fall apart. If those kids done so much damage to her like they've done, imagine what other demons could do to her. Hire her so I can protect her and keep her from any dangers that come her way. Please, Ozzie. She doesn't Blech. Plus, doesn't she look like the perfect fox to work here? Plus, I love her when from the first moment that I saw her, it was love at first sight. I begged on my getting on my knees. Asmodeus looked at me with wide eyes for a couple of seconds before he then grinned at me. Okay, Fizz, I will hire her. You are right. She does look like the perfect fox to work here at my club. Look at her. She'd be the perfect addition to our relationship. Ooh la la. Oh, oh, oh. All the ways we can take her. I could see the look in on her eyes when you look. I could see the look in your eyes when you look at her. I could tell you love her. I love her too. I could see how much you and Mangle are similar. The connection you have with her will protect her from any demons who dare try to touch her. Will give her a new body so she doesn't fall apart when she performs. Let's tell her the news. He said when we went back to his office. How would you like to start performing here, darling? Asmodeus asked. That would be great, as long as I don't have to deal with kids. I don't have a place to stay, though. She said, Don't worry, sugar, I got it covered. I'll give you enough money to get an apartment. He said, getting money out and giving her $1,000. You start tomorrow. Asmodeus said, getting up and shaking her hand. And welcome to the business, darling. While shaking her hand, it suddenly fell off of her. Why just staying in one piece feels like a full-time job, she laughs. Why was I only made to fall apart like this? She said, and Asmodeus gave her hand back, laughing as she put it back onto her body. Mangle thanked him. This almost makes me yearn for the days of Kids Cove. Never again. Never, 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 never. She said before she left the room. Once she left, I felt like a new imp again. Don't worry, Mangle. I'll make sure you won't fall apart, get taken apart, or fall apart again. This is a promise. I promise to protect you and make sure no demon will take you away from me or take you apart again. I will do whatever it takes to be with you. I do not care who I have to make a deal with. You are mine. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I hope that you're all having a happy Pride Month. Remember, I did not write this, I did not speak this, I did not create this fan fiction. This one was done by the Crazy Imagination Girl. All credit goes to them. They will be linked below for their channel and such and all that jazz, and you can check them out. They also go by Madison something on here on YouTube. So if you see them in the comments, give them some love. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. And remember, and I hope that you are all having a happy Pride Month and a safe Pride Month. And also, thank you, Gav, for being my first patron. You are fabulous. You are wonderful. You are perfect, Gav. Thank you. And thank you, Wicked Brony, for being my second patron. You are just as fabulous and just as perfect. Thank you, Wicked Brony. Wait, did I say Wicked Brony is my second patron. Sorry, it's been a long day, and I'm still recovering from who I lost. So yeah. Anyways, I thank you again for all of your guys' kind words and such. With the after I lost my dog, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope that you all enjoyed and stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye.